Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, saluting Earth Day on April 22nd with an ongoing commitment to help offset carbon emissions with sustainable harvesting of Missouri forests. Details at choosewood.com.
From St. Louis Public Radio. This is St. Louis on the Air.
Allowed us to be more consistent and have a better supply chain and really kind of meet the demand. Also exciting is not only are we going to be in Target nationwide, but starting in June we'll be in AT&T nationwide, and starting in August we'll be at the Pilot and Flying J travel centers for all the truckers. And that viral video it was selling a Flipstik a minute on our website.
Whoa.
And so it sold and sold until we had no inventory left. And that's why the only way you can get a Flipstik right now is in Target.
Wow.
But we will have new inventory coming on the 15th. Even though they're a Fortune 500 exclusive company, they decided to help us design the next versions of Flipstik.
Because you're a St. Louis guy?
Because we're a St. Louis company.
I'm Sarah Fensky. Akeem Shannon was last on this show a year and a half ago. At the time, the St. Louis entrepreneur and his invention, the Flipstik, had just made a big splash on Shark Tank.
I gotta be honest, I didn't come here to rap. Came to talk about my business as a matter of fact. Might start a feeding frenzy as I spit on this track. So I asked all the sharks, sit back and relax. Flipstik is the brand. If you already heard about it, raise your hand. It's a kickstand on demand with Flipstik. Gravity is under your command. Let me repeat for those who missed it. To any flat surface, your phone will stick. Get it wet, but the stickiness will persist. Tell you how I thought it up if time permits. Flipstik is the brand. If you already heard about it, raise your hand. It's a kickstand on demand with Flipstik. Gravity is under your command.
Now, unsurprisingly, in light of that pitch, Akeem Shannon got his funding. That was a $100,000 investment for a 25% stake in the company from the queen of QVC, Lori Greiner. So what's happened since that investment? Well, a little company ended up picking up the Flipstik. That's a company called Target. And here today to tell us more is Akeem Shannon, the founder and CEO of Flipstik. Akeem, welcome back.
It is so good to be back. I am excited. We've had so much progress since the last time I spoke with you.
You really have. I am so excited for you. You're now in 300 Target stores all around the country.
All around the country, 338 to be exact.
Oh, wow. So it's ticking up there. So how did that come about? Everybody wants to get in Target, right?
Absolutely. Well, I got to be honest, it all came down to St. Louis, right? This was a full St. Louis effort. So we won recently the UMSL DEI Accelerator grant, and through the connections we made there, we got introduced to a rep group that had really close ties with Target. They got me an introduction. We sat down for a meeting. You know, I did a little rapping here and there.
I bet that meeting went really well. You're good at making this pitch.
And Target just loved it. You know, it fit in with exactly what they realized, which was that people want to be creators. Today, over 1 billion people every day are creating bite-sized content for a broad audience, and we make a product for those people that want to create. So it was really excited to see Target get behind it. So we have a full end cap in 3 Target stores here in town.
That's good, right?
You
want the end cap. Yeah.
Yes. So it's a full shelf display. It looks really great. I encourage everyone to go check it out.
So I love the UMSL connection. That makes me so proud. But so just to remind people who maybe weren't paying attention to the details, they were so captivated by hearing that rap again. How does the Flipstik work?
Absolutely. So Flipstik is a very small device. It goes on the back of your phone. And when you pop it open, it reveals our synthetic CT adhesive, which is based off NASA technology, and it allows you to stick your phone anywhere. And why would you want to stick it? Well, let's say you want to create a video or record your podcast or, record yourself working out or ice skating. You can stick your phone anywhere for hands-free content creation. It's reusable. It's washable. You can clean it and use it over and over again. And it comes in tons of different designs and colors, and 17 of those designs are available at Target.
Wow. Okay, so you now have 338 Target stores where you've got to fill this. Is it hard to get enough Flipstiks made fast enough for the demand that they're anticipating?
Well, as you know, supply chain is a struggle.
It's a struggle.
Right now.
And you're doing something so new. I mean, that's tricky.
It was a challenge, but we were able to find a brand new factory, and that allowed us to really fulfill the order for Target, and we got it just in the nick of time for them. So it has been a little bit difficult, but we've stepped up to the challenge, which has been exciting.
So that's great. So if people are trying to buy these right now on your website, it says sold out there.
Sold out, yeah.
Is that you're going all in on Target?
So what actually happened was we hired someone who had recently moved back to St. Louis as our new marketing director. He started getting stuff spun up, and next thing you know, there was a viral video out. And that viral video it was selling a Flipstik a minute on our website.
Whoa.
And so it sold and sold until we had no inventory left. And that's why the only way you can get a Flipstik right now is in Target.
Wow.
But we will have new inventory coming on the 15th for our website. So if you want it before then, I highly encourage you to head to Target or Target.com. But we should be back in stock soon.
And so it is now at Target. Like if people are hearing this and they're like, I really need one of those, they can get it.
Absolutely.
They just can't do it as simply as going onto your website.
Correct. Yep. They can go to the Brentwood store. Both Brentwood, Wentzville, and Fairview Heights, Illinois all have the Flipstik in stock. And of course, you can get it on Target's website and shipped to you as well.
So what was that like the first time you walked into a Target and you see your baby there on an end cap?
Honestly, it was extremely emotional.
Yeah.
This has been 3.5 years in the making to get to this point. And when you see it, I mean, you think about it, this is a multi-billion-dollar organization. They're selling all these major brands that have been around 100 years. And here I am right alongside, I'm opposite of Samsung.
Yeah.
And it's like, it really made me feel great. I got to be honest. It was so exciting. And when we went to the Brentwood location, we talked to the store manager there, and she was excited, and she's like, "We're going to make it look amazing." And all of the Target employees were there. They're cheering us on, and it was an amazing feeling, truly.
So you have had some big growth even before these Target orders started coming in. When you last talked to us, you had 2 full-time employees. Now you have 5.
Yes.
You have a $5 million valuation. That's up from $400,000 when you were last here.
I know.
This is pretty huge.
Yeah, we've had a ton of investment from people right here in St. Louis, which has been incredible, which has taken us to that $5 million valuation, and that's allowed us to grow. Truth be told, when you're working with major retailers and you're a tiny company, they're very nervous because they don't know if you're going to be able to actually deliver on what they need you to deliver. But because of the investment that we receive, we've made some amazing partnerships, which have allowed us to be more consistent and have a better supply chain and really kind of meet the demand. So what's also exciting is not only are we going to be in Target nationwide, but starting in June, we'll be in AT&T nationwide. And starting in August, we'll be at the Pilot and Flying J travel centers for all the truckers nationwide as well, too. So next time you're on your road trip, you'll be able to stop in and buy a Flipstik at the counter.
Are truckers creating content for TikTok, or they need this to FaceTime their loved ones back home?
So funny enough, if for those who are on TikTok, there is a huge trucker TikTok community.
What?
Yeah, they bedazzle their trucks out with, beads and wallpaper and all this stuff. And then they go viral on TikTok. It's like a whole niche world out there.
This is amazing. I honestly had no idea that trucker TikTok existed. I know what I'll be doing now for the rest of the day, just hanging out on trucker TikTok. Akeem, you are at the right place at the right time. I mean, it seems like everybody now is just filming videos of themselves all day long. And when you came up with this, it wasn't even that you really had that in mind, right?
I was thinking mostly people would watch stuff, right? People were going to watch their Netflix. They can Netflix and shower,
Yeah.
But what has happened over the last 3 years is that there's been this monumental shift in the way people use their phones with TikTok and now Instagram Reels and YouTube. Everyone's realizing people want to make content in the simplest way possible, which is with their phone and in-app editing and nothing else.
Yeah.
And so Flipstik allows that for more people. We just got statistics back from a group, and it said that 56% of all Americans under the age of 18 are making casual content for a broad audience. So that just goes to show you, and that number's only going to grow.
I don't know if I should weep for America or just be so happy for you. I think I'm just going to be so happy for you. I mean, this is kind of amazing. When you look back on this journey of just kind of having this thought of what if we base this on a gecko's toes? And the next thing you know, you're learning about NASA technology, and here you are, you're right in the middle of the zeitgeist. I mean, do you feel like this company is almost chosen?
I feel like it it is definitely a right place, right time type of company, no doubt about it. And when we talk to both consumers, but also these big buyers for these huge organizations, they realize it too, because what they've seen is that, all of the selfie era accessories for phones, they're on a nosedive. No one's buying it. Kids don't buy it. They don't understand why you would even need that. They just want to make TikTok videos. And so we really are in the right place at the right time.
And so this company, I imagine there's such big potential, even bigger than you realized last time we talked to you. Do you still feel like St. Louis is the right place to build and grow this company?
Yeah, what I will say is St. Louis is, everyone knows, a big little town. And so, once I was able to break into that network that was out there of people that are here, it just opened so many doors of support. We recently just partnered with a local design group that typically only designs stuff for big Fortune 500 companies. They're called Metaphase. They're right here in town. They would have designed really famous stuff like the Gatorade bottle and the Solo cup and all these cool products. And even though they're a Fortune 500 exclusive company, they decided to help us design the next versions of Flipstik.
Because you're a St. Louis guy?
Because we're a St. Louis company, exactly. And so those are the types of things that we just wouldn't get if we were to leave and go to another city.
So as you said, this is like
we would get them, but we'd have to spend $250,000
just to get that introduction, right? Yeah.
Right.
Well, so St. Louis is like the biggest small town or the smallest big town. I can never decide which it is. I got to ask, do people recognize you walking around? Like, that's the guy from Shark Tank.
So not too often, but every once in a while, I live downtown. I'll walk down the street. I'll be at a stoplight, and someone rolls their window down. They're like, "Hey, you're that guy. You're the sticky guy. You're that sticky guy." They're like, "Do you have a Flipstik out?" So that has happened. It always takes me aback a little bit.
That is how you know that you've made it in St. Louis. Like, people are rolling down their windows. Well, Akeem Shannon, thank you so much for joining us today, and the best of luck with this continued success.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
This is St. Louis on the Air on St. Louis Public Radio. This episode was produced by Alex Hoyer, with audio engineering and podcast design by Aaron Dorr. Our executive producer is Alex Hoyer. St. Louis on the Air is a production of St. Louis Public Radio. Understanding starts here.
Do you find yourself regularly listening to episodes of St. Louis on the Air? Suggest us to a friend you think might enjoy our conversations. And leave us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts on the App Store. It's the simplest way to help people discover our show. Thanks.
St. Louis Public Radio is a member-supported service of the University of Missouri, St. Louis.
Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, saluting Earth Day on April 22nd with an ongoing commitment to help offset carbon emissions with sustainable harvesting of Missouri forests. Details at choosewood.com.